Elon Musk has picked a new fight. He's taking on a Supreme Court justice. Not of his country though, a judge in Brazil. Now usually we explain a story first, then we get to the reactions. But here, the reaction is the story. Let me show you what Elon Musk is saying. And I'm quoting. This judge has brazenly and repeatedly betrayed the constitution and people of Brazil. He should resign or be impeached. Shame. Now, just a reminder, Elon Musk is not a Brazilian citizen. He is not a world leader or a politician. He is a billionaire based in the US, and from there, he is calling for the impeachment of a judge in Brazil. He's calling the judge Brazil's Darth Vader. What explains this outrage? A crackdown by Brazil's Supreme Court. The judge in question is Alexandre de Moraes. He is investigating far-right social media accounts, specifically their role in the 2022 elections. Now, you may remember what happened then. Lula da Silva defeated Jair Bolsonaro in the election in Brazil, but thousands of Bolsonaro supporters stormed the capital. They raided government buildings. It was a low-key coup attempt. So the judge now says, time to face the music. He decided to ban these far-right accounts on X. He also threatened the company with consequences. If you don't ban, you will be fined. How much? Almost $19,000 per day. Do you know what Elon Musk is doing? He's taking the fine. Musk has lifted the ban on these accounts. He says this is aggressive censorship. He also says he will reveal the details of the judge's order. You're talking about open contempt. The judge has ordered a probe against Elon Musk. Chances are there will be consequences. At best, more fines. At worst, a full shutdown of X in Brazil. And Musk is preparing for this. He is asking users to download VPNs on their devices. Now, VPNs are virtual private networks. Say a website or platform is banned in your country. You can use a VPN to access it. So Elon Musk is in full rebellion against Brazil's Supreme Court. Now, I know this issue is divisive. A lot of people are against banning accounts, even those linked to far-right groups. But this issue is not about freedom of speech. It's about rule of law. We have courts for a reason. We have governments and jurisdictions for a reason. You can't just decide to ignore that. Musk is free to challenge the court's order. He can seek other legal remedies, but he cannot defy a Supreme Court order. Would he dare do this against a US Supreme Court judge? It's unlikely. But in Brazil, he's more than happy to. And it may be another country tomorrow. Now, we don't know where this story will go. But one thing is clear. Governments need to look closely at Elon Musk, at the power that he holds. Just consider his internet company, Starlink. Starlink has more than 4,500 satellites in orbit. That's more than half of all active satellites. So Elon Musk alone has more satellites than entire countries have. And he's using them to shape wars. Ukraine is using Starlink to operate its military. Most of their drones use Elon Musk's network. Do you see why that's a problem? In one blow, Musk can cripple Ukraine's war effort. We saw a sneak peek of that last year. Ukraine was planning to attack Russian ships in Crimea. When Elon Musk got to know, he shut down Starlink. So Kiev's drones never hit the target. Instead, they washed up on the shores of Crimea. This is too much power for one person, and it's not just satellites. Look at his other companies and investments. Tesla makes up 20% of the global EV market. If 5 electric cars are sold, one of them is a Tesla, anywhere in the world. In the US, its market share is even higher. It's almost 56%. Then you have SpaceX. They carried out 98 launches in 2023. Compare that to national space agencies. ISRO had 7 launches in 2023. The Indian Space Agency, ISRO. China had 67. So SpaceX is launching more vehicles than entire countries. And finally, you have X, one of the most popular social media platforms in the world. X has around 550 million active users every month. It has the potential to shape the future. Propaganda wars are fought on X. Fake news is spread on X. Hate speech can be amplified on X. And world leaders make announcements on X. That's a lot of power for one platform. And by extension, for one man. Which is why governments need to figure something out. Elon Musk is not your hands-off businessman. He's deeply invested in his ventures. He pushes his opinions on his services. And that can be a recipe for disaster.